Hi, in this video I'm going to be taking a look at these G.I. Joe O-ring figures. A lot of these characters I had as a child, but these aren't my childhood figures, but I had a lot of these, and these were super yellow. I got these in a couple different lots in the last 6 months, and I spent a month and a half whitening them, and now we're going to see how that whitening looked, and we're going to fix these figures up and get them put back together, and maybe these might be some figures that we can use to either sell or trade, or maybe even keep in my collection. We'll see. So after this video, and these are all together, I'm going to be taking pictures of these every month, and we're going to compare in the exact same lighting what is happening to this plastic on a month-to-month basis after a whole year. Does it go back to being yellow again, or does it stay kind of the same? Does it take longer? We'll find out. But I'm going to show you some clips of what these figures looked like before I whitened them, how I whitened them, and then we'll come back and put these figures together. Some of these are super yellow, like this is really yellow, this is really yellow. We've got two shipwrecks and one is super yellow, so we should be able to make a good one out of that. We've got this guy, he's really yellowed too. Got some yellowed figures here, you can see, and not a lot. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4 figures here that are pretty yellow, and we could probably put these in some peroxide and whiten them up. Here's just a little trick that I've learned from 3D printing, is that when you're whitening using UV light, especially the sun, put a mirror underneath, and that reflects the UV light from the sun onto the bottom of the plastic, and that way you're not always having to take the top off and flip the plastic if it's yellowed on the other side too. So that way you don't have to worry about it. It actually reflects the UV light. And also, this is probably been the second or third sunniest day we've had in probably 3 months here in central Canada, and we're not used to that. We usually get quite a bit of sun even in the winter time, and this year has been weird. So it's taking me about a month and a half to whiten this plastic. The sun is going to be going down soon, so hopefully by the end of today these parts will be ready to be put back together. So I've put the figures back together using these O-rings, and here they are. This is what we ended up with after all of that time in the sun and using hydrogen peroxide. This was only 3%. I was trying to look for 9%. I couldn't find it anywhere in the stores, so I just used the 3. Of course, it takes forever. But on some of these figures, I managed to get some really good results. I like to look at this guy here. We got Torpedo, and this is one of the ones that I had as a kid. And I also had Wetsuit here, version 1 of both. And I also had Snow Job here. And this guy turned out really good. I'm going to show you the pictures of what he looked like before, and I'll show you what it looks like now. He still has some loose knees, and we can fix that, but I'm not going to do that in this video. This guy is super tight. His logo on his chest is really great condition. He turned out really good. He was quite yellowed, and he could probably use a little bit more whitening, but I don't think it can really tell. And I think the worst guy out of all of these guys was this Motor Viper, and look at his blue. It's vibrant. It's really nice. Now, I noticed at the top of the arms, they must be made of a different plastic, because mainly Snow Job and Cutter, I just couldn't get that plastic to whiten, and especially on this guy, same thing. He's got some nice bright blue on other parts. Just those upper arms there, they're just a little bit more yellow than the other ones, and that turned out really good. He's going to need a little bit of paint, but that's it. And then we have Snow Job. Now I had 2 Snow Jobs, but I only had 1 set of lower legs. This one here whitened better than the other one, but I had to use the lower legs of this one to make this one complete, and again, loose legs, which I can fix later on. But his paint on his face is pretty good, and on his chest, so I think I'll leave him the way he is. I'm going to tighten his knee joints, but that's going to work. And this guy was probably the worst. Now his crotch broke. You can see there. I have the piece. It's over here on the ground. I'll probably weld that back together. And but he's really yellow. I mean, these guys were in peroxide for at least probably 4 days straight in the sun after our long dark winter. And I really was hoping to have him with a more of a bright blue shirt like Motor Viper. And I do have some accessories for some of these figures here. I managed to find in my accessories bin most of Snowjob's accessories, and I found a newer version of Torpedo's weapon. Here it is here. It's a silver one. I can't remember what figure this came with. I think maybe some newer 2000 Vipers or something like that. But anyway, I have that, and I'm going to give that to Torpedo, so he at least has a gun. And that's what they look like, all accessorized up. Now, two of these guys, we got Motor Viper and we have Cutter here. They were vehicle drivers, so they actually don't come with any accessories. So pretty much I've got 5 figures here that I saved from the garbage. And, well, there's not much I could do to Cutter. I've got 3 or 4 of him already with broken crotches. I'll probably just try to fix that crotch and maybe use that waist with a figure that's just a little bit better condition. Here's a Cutter here. He's not as yellow as him. He's got a pretty vibrant blue shirt. I'm going to set them up on my table in the back. I'm going to take a picture. If you want to see that on Instagram, I'll put that on Instagram. And then that will be our control. I also left one of the accessories yellow. In a year from now, I'll have 12 pictures, and I will put them in succession of each other, and then we'll look and see if the whitening works long term. So thanks for watching this episode of Toysbackzen. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.